Malawian boy.
What's up, guys? How you doing? Hopefully the internet holds up because I'm not doing this in the TV room. I'm doing this in the bedroom. So hopefully the internet holds up. Welcome to the show, guys. Before we go on, I just want to make an announcement. There's going to be a Champions League show on Pitch Points. Right after this, there's going to be a Champions League show on Pitch Points where we're going to preview all the Champions League games, including this one. But this is just one for the Man City fans because people, when you don't do the previews, they start asking, where's the preview? So this is the preview you're doing because I'm not going to do any other preview because I'll be at work tomorrow. And then the only time you're going to see me is doing the reaction of Leipzig versus Man City. So Leipzig plays Man City in the round of 16. This is the first leg. I'm just going to start off with a bit of Leipzig. And I'll also welcome Professor Gundo. But I was just looking at Leipzig recently, just looking at them and seeing how they sort of set up themselves to just see that how do they set up and how can we, bear with me for a minute, let's see how they set up and how can we play against them. If you look at them with that setup, they seem to be setting up in a 3-4-2-1 formation. That's one of the last matches they played. But also, they seem to also set up on a 4-2-2-2 sometimes. So I don't know when they decide to change formations, but it looks like it's a team that's exciting. It's a team that picks when they want to. Let me just show you. So this is what I found so far. During this game, they were playing Korn. They played a 3-4-2-1 with 3 at the back, and obviously the 2 wing backs. David Ram, who everybody wanted at the point in time for City. Werner plays as a winger, but it's very narrow. If you can see this formation, and obviously the 2 down the middle, then Silva up there at the front, which is quite a shame because the last manager used to play Timo Werner as a false 9, but looks like here they are playing with Silva. So that's a bit of Leipzig I've seen. The rest, obviously, we'll hear from Professor Gundo, who's here with us. So let's stop sharing this for a minute. Okay, so Karl, we're playing Leipzig away in the first leg of the Champions League. I was trying to look at the formations, but it looks like he changed a lot of formations. I don't know if I'm right. He goes for the 3 at the back, then he goes with the 4-2-2-2, then sometimes he goes with the 3-4-2-1. I don't know. He just keeps changing, and I was not able to identify exactly how to play. I don't know if you were able to identify that yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, I think that was under the old coach where they played a 4-2-2-2-1-3. I think this guy now, Marco Rosa, plays a 4-2-3-1. That's what I've seen that he plays.
No, that's the one that you played recently, isn't it? The 3-4-2-1.
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Okay.
So I've spent the past 48 hours studying.
This man didn't sleep at all.
Yes, studying all their games to figure out what their strengths are and their weaknesses are. They're a dangerous team. Let's be clear.
It's very dangerous.
Let's be very, very, very clear. They're a very dangerous team. If you're not up for it, you get battered. Period. So if Guardiola fools around, does something stupid or overthinks stuff, you get battered. There's no question about it. Which is why I was talking to you on WhatsApp that I was disappointed in the Forest game, because I'm thinking about this game coming up. Because what this team does, they do very well. They have a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It's going to be a transition game. It's a perfect game for the likes of Kevin De Bruyne. Now, the problem you have now is that Kevin has played 90 minutes plus 70 minutes, which is 220 minutes, 260, sorry, which is 160 minutes, and is going to go and play away again in transition game away. When you should have brought him off, right, on the Forest, and brought all these other guys, young guys in to block the game and kill the game. You play Kevin, you play Gundo, you play Bernardo for almost 180 minutes against Forest. So now you have to go away to Leipzig and play a high-energy team at home, right? And they're going to play another, 90 minutes? And then on the weekend again against Bournemouth away, you're going to play them again another 90 minutes. This is why I was so upset, Patrick, at the weekend, because I'm saying to myself, manager, I don't earn as much as you do, guy. I'm thinking about this right now. Make the change, guy.
He had to.
Make the change. For me, the performance for the team was great. They did all they could do, right? And Forrest are lucky. The goalkeeper was outstanding, right? But this draw was not on the players. It's on the manager. Because he has to recognize the moment to say, okay, it's 1-0. I'm killing this game. I'm bringing on Nathan Ake. I'm bringing on Calvin Phillips to just kill the game. Take off 5 minutes with substitution. Kill the game. Destroy the game. Bring on a Kanji. Play a back five. F him up. But no, you keep playing and playing and playing. And then very clearly, Gundo was tired. Bernardo was tired because they played against Arsenal midweek. De Bruyne was tired. And all of a sudden, this guy from Forest brings on 3 players and they change the game and it's 1-1.
Yeah.
And I could see from his eyes, Patrick, that he knew what he did was wrong. I could see it in his eyes. I could see it. You could tell. When he starts scratching his head like that and he starts looking, something ain't right. He's got himself in a hot spot.
Yeah.
Talk about Leipzig, okay? So this team is young. They have energy. They high press, they work you. And what they do is that, what they like to do, they like to attack you through the middle part. Right?
Yeah.
They don't like to attack wide areas. They like to pressure you and attack you through the middle areas, right down the throat. And if you try to build up play through the middle and you lose the ball, what they do is that they counter press you really high and transition on you very quickly. And they use a lot of long balls. A lot of long balls from the back. Right? Now, I watched the game that they played against Real Madrid in the group stage. They beat Real Madrid 2-1. Why? Because Madrid were like, we're going to take it easy. They didn't play Benzema. They didn't play Modric. They didn't play all these star players. They played some other players who were not very good. First half was 2-0 or 2-1. Second half, no goals. Right? You cannot go down against these guys because they're athletic. They counter press well. They attack in numbers. So when they win the ball, they attack with 4 or 5 players, right, direct. There's no slow, pass the ball, move the ball. They are very, very good. Think of them as a much better Southampton, right? They can keep the ball, and they're better players, right? They maintain the ball. They force you to make errors in the middle of the park. When I watched the game that we played against last year, the 6-3 and the 2-1 that we lost, guess who was at fault for most of those goals? One player. Guess who? Zinchenko. All the 3 goals that they scored, the 4 goals that they scored, Zinchenko was at fault because they isolated him and they took advantage of him. He was terrible, dreadful, out of possession. Now, he gave the assist for 1 goal, but apart from that, he was absolutely awful.
And Walker did that silly tackle.
Of course, Walker did a silly tackle. Now, where they are
so basically we have to be very careful. It's not a team to tread lightly with.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a very difficult team. Now, there are 2 good things for us. Number one is the fact that they are weak in the wide areas, right? So the way Madrid got back at them was to attack the wide areas, their fullbacks. They attack their fullbacks, cross the ball, they're very, very weak. But they're very strong centrally because they have Guardiola and the other centre-back, right? And they're very good in the midfield because they have those 2, then they're 3, and Andre Silva, all those guys are really good. You have to attack the wide areas. Now, that problem now with Pep is that he may end up playing inverted wingers against them, which is the mistake, because what you want to play is natural wingers to stretch and isolate the fullbacks, but he's going to play Jack Grealish and Riyad Mahrez. He's going to invert them, which is going to play right into their hands. Right? So from what I've seen, I'm saying play natural wingers as much as you can. Even if you play one inverted and one natural, at least let's have some width. Because that's the way Real Madrid got at them. That's the way Bayern Munich got at them. That's the way Union Berlin beat them at home. How? They were aggressive. They exploited the wide areas. They didn't give them a moment of rest. And the funny thing is, I actually watched the game that we lost 2-1 against them last year in the Champions League, Patrick. We were the better team. We moved the ball quickly.
We made silly mistakes. We just made silly mistakes.
We were aggressive. It was just 2 moments of madness from Zinchenko, and they were in. That was it. He lost concentration. And then Walker did what Walker did. I mean, we hit the post 2 or 3 times. We battered them at home. So West, they're a very, very good team. But the weakness is when they play a team that's at their level or above them, they struggle. Union Berlin they didn't beat. Bayern Munich they didn't beat, both at home. When they played Dortmund earlier in the season, Dortmund battered them. When they played Bayern Munich battered them 7-0. So when they play their peers, right, they struggle. The question for us is, are we ready to step up our game? Are we ready to take the energy levels up 2 or 3 notches? Are we ready to play the way you played against Forest, but take our chances? If you do that, you win the game. If you don't win anything. You come away with best a draw. So that's what I've noticed about them, about Leipzig. Do not make a mistake in the middle of the field. You can make a mistake out wide. If you make a mistake in the middle of the field, they will counter press you with quick transition and they'll go in. Now, another good thing is that Nkunku, I don't think will play 90 minutes. I think he probably doesn't start because he came on for the first time.
Werner will, and in the past, even at Chelsea, Timo Werner has given City issues because of his runs.
Werner is not very good at finishing. But they have Andre Silva.
He's not, but he gave us trouble with the runs.
Right,
that's what I noticed last time.
Andre Silva is one you should look out for. Andre Silva is one you look out for. You look out for Haidara, who's a fullback. You look out for the other players that they have. In
David Ram.
So you must avoid making a mistake or giving up ball in the middle of the park. Because if you do that, they will counter press you with 4 players, transition to the edge of the box, and take the long shot. Another thing you have to avoid is avoid them passing the ball long from defense to attack. So what they like to do is they like to get the ball in defensive areas and then transition with long balls like Liverpool do.
Okay.
Right? At the last game,
so they're not a team that passes from the back.
They can, but they prefer to go long against a better team.
Okay,
when playing against Bayern Munich, I believe 7% of their passes were long balls.
Is that the game they lost 7-0?
No, that's when they do 1-1, which gave Bayern Munich a very hard time because Bayern play with a high line. So all of a sudden you're playing the long ball and it's accurate. All of a sudden you're scrambling back to kind of recover.
Okay.
Are you following me? So these are things I'm about when I watch these games that they play. I think you need to play that 3-box-3. You need to do that. Because if you lose the ball in the middle, at least you have 4 to cover. If you play 4-3-3 traditional, you lose the ball in the middle and they counter press you, you're dead. Which is what happened against Zinchenko last year.
Yeah,
they isolated.
It was a very punch to punch game. The 6-3, isn't it? To be honest with you, if we were more serious and careful, we could have avoided those 3 goals. I think we would have battered them by more.
Yeah, absolutely. And last year we took our chances, so it was good, right? Penalty.
But Nkunku was not being marked. The amount of times the goals he scored were like easily avoidable. Let me just welcome the comments here. FIFA, how you doing? Say that Castle. Come on, stop joking, FIFA. Robin Diaz is our best shot at keeping our defense together in the UCL, and he looks back to his best self again. Without him, we have no voice at the back. That's true, McLavin. Big up, Patrick. No excuses. This season we have to win the UCL. Big up to you, Daniel. I also think the same thing. Leipzig has a lot of pace. I hope Pep is willing to sit back in some of the parts of the game. I think they're mature enough to say that. How are you doing, Mankinian Way? Good evening, guys. Subscribe to Mankinian Way. Very good channel. Hello, Taddy. How you doing? Leipzig is Southampton on steroids. Yeah, same as what Karl just said. Should play Ortega in the UCL knockout games. I think we could have played him early, but not now. City bought Haaland for games like this. Nothing to worry about. That's actually true.
I will talk about that. So real quick. Okay?
Yeah. Wait. Smash the like button, please.
I want to talk about just real quick. So Erling Haaland loves playing against Leipzig.
Yeah.
He absolutely loves playing against.
He ripped them apart, didn't he?
Every time he rips them, they hate him. In fact, when the draw was made for City against Leipzig, they were like, "Oh gosh, Erling Haaland again." The admin for Leipzig tweeted it out. He loves playmakers. You know why? Because they give you space. They do give you space, which is why, Patrick, I talked about that the game is going to be about transitions.
So we're gonna have to be De Bruyne is gonna have to be doing that quick pass when Haaland
runs.
What
I'm talking about. That's why I was surprised that Guardiola kept him on in the Forest game for so long. So I was surprised because I know Leipzig is about transitions. Go watch the game last year. De Bruyne was running the game in transition. Why are you keeping Kevin on for Forest when he clearly is not at it? When you know he used to play when he played against Arsenal.
Yeah. So Haaland has been scoring against RB Leipzig, isn't it? Because I saw
he always scores against them. He batters them all the time. He batters them all the time. It's not even. It's a well-known fact.
I think it's just a joke, Tari. The Cousin thing is a joke. HH is right. In the UCL, it's not about beautiful football. It's about getting it done. That's true, no matter what. I agree on HH with that. He says no matter what, you have to get it done. Edison starts pointless debate on the Ortega Cousin. It's just jokes. I think McKinney way. I think people don't really
Adam is
think. And large job TCF, great show. Big up to you, Vatorgames. Go subscribe to Vatorgames, guys. I'm here for Gundo's RB Leipzig preview. Would you take what's his name? Givado in the summer.
The Croatian centre back.
Yeah, he's very good. He's very good. Him, and David Lam. I would take both of them to be honest. Right, left back also. So let's go. Any injuries, Adam? Have you heard of anybody injured apart from John Stones?
No, that's the only person
from the Man City squad. Yeah, you said Nkunku is not 100% back, is he?
No, he's back. He started, but I don't think he plays 90 minutes tomorrow, Wednesday. No, he came back in the last game. He played about 25 minutes or so. I don't think he does 90. I think in this kind of game with this level, I think he does maybe 45 or 35 minutes second half. I don't see how he does.
Okay, 90. So the form guide of Leipzig. They beat what you call again. They beat Wolfsburg, isn't it? They beat Wolfsburg recently. The draw against Korn. They beat Union. They lost against Union. Berlin, and it's the same as City, to be honest. They drew against Bayern. They beat Schalke 6-1. They beat is it Stolgate 2-1. So
are you talking about Stuttgart? Are you talking about?
Yeah,
Stuttgart. Let me explain Let me explain.
Yeah,
so the key thing about the form guide is all those teams that they're beating are teams that are in the relegation zone or lower table. Whenever they play teams that are at their level, like Union Berlin or Bayern Munich or Dortmund, they've never beaten them. Haven't. So that tells me that
they struggle against teams that are around them,
even at home, right? So that gives us some hope, because if we lower our standards and we play rubbish football, we're not at it, we will lose the games. We will lose it. But if we play to our level, if we are serious and play to our level, we should be able to get a result from this game tomorrow or Wednesday.
Yeah. Let me read this. Yeah, he's on our list. Yeah, you have no natural left back. Sergio Gomez doesn't count. Yeah, that's true. KDB is moments player this season, to be honest. Yeah, he is, and hopefully he has his shooting boots. Anyway, guys, on that note, guys, we're gonna move on to the lineup. Before, as I said, guys, after this immediately we are jumping on to the UCL preview. That's gonna be on Pitch Points. So when we are done with this, guys, move on into Pitch Points. I'll be there. I'm pretty sure Adam will be there. Karl will be running that on Pitch Points. So, Karl, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I want to change. Obviously, it's Edison in goal. Now, Karl, the back line. Who would you go to the back line? If it was up to me, Karl, I'm going for Laporte and Diaz. Or would you get Akanji because of the speed? And Akanji has played against these German people, you know what I mean?
I don't
He's used to the German league.
Akanji has too many missing moments. He loses concentration. I wouldn't.
But it's a German league, so don't you?
I think we need to solve the mid. I think we need to solve the. When we solve the midfield, the back line will get solved, right? Because
okay, cool. So right back, I'm pretty sure it's Walker. You don't want anything but
it has to be Walker. There's nobody else. You just have to be.
And left back, I'm pretty sure
even left back.
Has to be Ake.
Left back has to be Ake. The left back and right back chooses itself. It has to be Walker and it has to be Ake in the fullback position.
Yeah, so I think Diaz and Laporte. I know Laporte did not have was sleepy a bit in the last game and lets his man through, but I think you need these two. I don't know, it's just me maybe, but I would also like Akanji for speed. Maybe Diaz with Akanji. Akanji will be Diaz will shout at Akanji, will keep him in line. Maybe. You're kidding, FIFA. Come on,
Yeah, let's
FIFA.
let's
What
let's
does FIFA want?
Diaz and
Cussing
Akanji.
the god.
Diaz
Come
and
on, come on.
Akanji.
Say, do you worry about Edison who cost you in the UCL knockout games? No, I
No.
don't. I'm not worried about Edison. He has my support 100%. I'm still convinced to start Carson. Come on, FIFA. Okay, how you doing, Candino, man? How you doing? I have zero expectations when it comes to UCL. Big up to you, man. I don't blame you. So what? Maybe Diaz can keep Akanji in line.
Well, the question is, I mean, this is a tough one for him because Akanji knows German league. They also know him very well. Diaz is good on the ball, but is he good in transition? Does he have recovery speed? It's a tough one.
Laporte is very good at breaking the. He's a very good defender. Yes, he had a bit of a boo-boo moment.
Laporte is good, but Laporte is good when you have a low block like we had against Forest, where he's good at that. But when it comes
to this particular one, we need speed. So I think Akanji then and Diaz. Diaz keeps Akanji in line. I think Diaz keeps Akanji in line.
Yeah, Diaz for sure.
Yeah.
Let's do Diaz for sure.
And because I seriously think Diaz would keep Akanji in line, you know. And Akanji is a good passer of the ball.
Let's do Diaz first, and then we'll come back to put Diaz on the right. On the right, put Diaz on the right, and we'll come back to Akanji. Let's do the midfield. And we'll come back to Akanji because we may end up changing it.
I hope we had two Diaz. Anyway.
You can remove that. Yeah, well, I mean, so the
this is another mistake. I want to just say, Karl, and you pointed right. He should have subbed Rodri for this game. Keep him fresh.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it. I mean,
if Phillips was fit and playing against Leipzig, I'll play Phillips.
Here, my argument is at 18 minutes, you got 10 minutes left. You have 5 substitutions. Okay. You make 4 substitutions, you just kill 5 minutes. You just kill 5 minutes because each one takes about 2 minutes, right? You kill the game, you kill the rhythm. Doesn't matter what Forest are doing, who they bring in. You just kill the game. You're 1-0 up, you kill the game. Bring in Phillips, change it.
I think let's move from there. We're running out of time before we do your show, so let's.
No, we have to. My show we can always. I mean, we start a little later. This is important.
No.
We get this right.
Okay, grand. Yeah. So let's see. With that backline, who invests into midfield though? I don't think
this is the problem.
We're not doing that here. I'm telling you, Makedonian way. You don't do that here. Yes, if he wants to do that, but in this particular one, I don't think you have to do. I think this one just go against each other. I don't know. Do you think somebody should invert from the back? I think it's a mistake inverting. I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing since they attack through the middle.
Well, here's the thing though. So in every Champions League game so far, in the group stages, he's played a back 4.
You have to be solid in the Champions League.
Yeah, he hasn't done that. He hasn't done the 3-2-2-3. He's actually played the back 4 in every game in the Champions League this year. He just used Gomez as a left back. That's what he used, and that cost us once or twice because he got a red card. But in every game, Sevilla, Copenhagen, both legs, he played a back 4. So I'm thinking that's what he's going to do again, right? To be solid at the back. And then let the midfield guys do the. My only problem.
Come on, Twisted. Don't ask that question, Twisted. Come on, be serious.
My only problem is you've played Gundogan and De Bruyne for almost 150 minutes. Can they live with the pace and power of Leipzig in the middle? That's my issue. That's where I have the bone to pick with the manager, right? Because
and by God, I hope he doesn't do that Bernardo Silva left back in this.
I don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, he mustn't do it. He mustn't do the. So
I'm going. Let's do Rodri.
Do you worry Pep will do some overthinking nonsense? No, I don't think so. Tari. I don't think so. Question by Veta: what side of the pitch would we attack versus RB? Are they more vulnerable on the right side or the left side?
They're more vulnerable on the right side. Right. So what I've seen so far from their play, they're vulnerable on the right side, on the right wings area. That's where they're vulnerable. That's where a lot of goals come from. That's where they're weak. That's where Real Madrid attacked. That's where a lot of teams attacked. That's where Bayern Munich attacked. They're always weak on the right side. They're very strong through the middle. So their central core is very, very strong because they have some good players. They have 2 older midfielders. And then their wide players kind of tuck into the middle to make it like almost like a 4-2-3-1, 4-2-2-2. They try to overload the central part to force you into a mistake high up the field and transition to your box. And they take shots from the 18-yard box. That's what they do. So when they do that, they're always suspect on the wide areas, left and right, specifically on the right side. The other thing too is that their goalkeeper, the one that they normally play, their captain is injured and is out. So their captain is injured, is out, and the Nkunku may not be fully fit to play 90 minutes. So that's an advantage at least that we can have on them. To answer your question, Beta. But in this game, you need De Bruyne. You need De Bruyne's transition at the best, especially with Erling Haaland playing. So I would put De Bruyne, Rodri. Yeah, the front three for me. I don't think you play inverted wingers in this game. I think you play Foden, Haaland.
So why don't you do this? Why don't you swap? Why don't you put Mahrez as a left winger maybe?
No, you can't. Yeah, I would play Foden left, Haaland central, and then you have what's his name, Mahrez on the right. For me, Grealish would be good in this game because he can hold the ball, he doesn't lose the ball, and then Foden doesn't have the pause that Grealish has. But this is me. That's for me. I want to have somebody who's good in transition, quick on the ball. But Guardiola may change his mind. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. It is a difficult one. But Ake, I like the back fourth. Ake. Laporte is the one that worries me. He really worries me. Akanji worries me too because in moments
I think so. This whole 3-2-2-2-3 is for the UCL for me. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Learning from Madrid last season. You might be right. I still can't believe he started no DM in the UCL final versus Chelsea. Me too, I can't believe, but we move. I got what you mean with no inverted wingers, but we don't have natural wingers.
Yeah, but
that is true. Great analysis.
Let me explain what I mean, right? The inverted wingers, it's not like they have speed. It's not about speed. It's not about speed. It's about the fact that when you're inverted, your first thought is to come back on your natural foot, which is for Grealish and Mahrez is right and left, which gives your opponent time to close the gap, right? When you have natural wingers, what I call natural-footed wingers, right? Whether they have slow or fast, they stretch the field, so you create gaps in the half spaces. That's the issue. That's the problem.
I don't know, Martin. I wouldn't like to see against Nkunku and them, Timo Werner, Nkunku and them, you want to put Bernardo Silva again as a fullback. I think we're asking for trouble. I might be crazy, but I think you're asking for trouble. I don't know, Karl, what do you think? Against Nkunku and Werner, you're putting a midfielder.
In my opinion, right, Gundogan should not play this game. He's too slow.
Yeah, I think this is just speed. This needs Bernardo Silva to be dropping and De Bruyne to just be given a free roll in the front of them.
Yeah. Yeah, or what you can do is match them. Or what you can do is match their formation. But then you don't have Mahrez is not quick on the right. So, I mean, for me, it's about, if you put Grealish and Mahrez, they're going to cut into traffic. It's not going to be natural. You need to have, somebody who keeps that back four wide. You can stretch them in the half spaces, right? Combined with Bernardo on the left-hand side, overload that side. And then if Ake wants to tuck in, he can tuck in. But to play both inverted wingers against them, it's I don't know. Akanji worries me. I'm just going to, he worries me.
It does, but I think he could work with the speed. I think it's the speed we're looking for. Because looking at that back four, that's a lot of speed. Diaz is actually fast. People think he's slow. So, Karl, looking at that back four, that's speed against people like Nkunku, Werner, and Andre Silva.
Yeah, but
I think this is stable.
But the only problem you have in this back line, you don't have a builder. All these guys are all blockers. Akanji's the blocker.
But Akanji is also a good builder. I've seen him pass the ball very well.
Not as good as Laporte. That's the issue. Laporte is one of the best.
Yeah, but that's the issue. The only issue we have is we're missing John Stones.
Then just play Laporte and Diaz. Play Laporte and Diaz.
Okay, I think this is something we're going to see, especially for him being a guy who played in Germany. I just have a feeling we'll see him in there.
Yeah, but then it may be a weakness too, right? They know him very well. They know his game. They know his weaknesses. They played against him many times. It may be a problem.
Okay, Brian.
Yeah, I think you need a build and a blocker. The builder will be Laporte, the blocker is Diaz, and you have the speed of Walker.
Okay, maybe the speed will be Ake. Ake will help Laporte in case of counters or anything. But guys, that's the lineup. In the back is Edison. Right back is Walker. Diaz is the right center back. Laporte there for passing, and also obviously being he's very good with those passes over the top. Ake there to defend against Nkunku. Bernardo Silva to drop in with Rodri sometimes to form a 2, and De Bruyne there for the transition and to pass the ball straight to Haaland. Foden there because Karl says would rather have somebody like Foden who is also very fast when countering or going in behind. Mahrez very there also to score and very clinical and good form at the moment. Haaland running behind. Guys, that's the team. Guys who are in the comments later on who's going to watch this show, let us know what you think about the team, and let us know what you think about the team, and let us know who you could have played instead. Let me just read some of the comments. Here is my brother with a useless comment. Ten Hag is better than Pep. Also, City is dusted. Obviously, he's throwing. You haven't really replaced Sonny and saying who are natural wingers. Yeah, we haven't. Pep does not know how to use Haaland. Another throw-in by my brother. Silva should play midfield if he starts. That's true. I don't see Foden starting. That's what I mean. The 90 minutes virtually tells me he isn't playing Wednesday. I don't know. I don't trust Akanji, Gomez, Walker, Phillips, and Rodri right now. Who are you going to play if you don't trust Rodri, though? Or Walker?
Don't trust himself.
Abdullah Edison, too. Yeah, the thing is that Pep always thinks offensively as a base. He will always take a risk if it means more offensive. Yeah, that's the reason why he's there, though. That's the reason why he won those trophies in the past and at City. The biggest worry is Edison, the Edison guy. Now, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Is Nkunku on the right? I don't know. Does Nkunku play right or left? I don't know. I'm not sure, but he's one of the wingers. Sometimes he plays down the middle as a false 9. Agree, Tari. Akanji lacks defensive awareness. Yeah, sometimes Akanji shouldn't start over Laporte. That's true. Our preview is at 10 p.m. Come and join, Pat and lads. We'll send the link. Big up to you. Big up to you. Guys,
so let's be clear. There will be goals in this game. If you think that we're going to keep a clean sheet, then there will be goals. Let's be clear.
No, we definitely want. If we keep a clean sheet, we're lucky. This team is very offensive. This team is very attacking. If we keep a clean sheet, then we have done very well.
Right. But I don't want this fan base to overreact for the fact that we go away to the Champions League game against RB Leipzig. You can see
and lose.
Right. That's not the react. That's not. Yeah.
Or even if we lose by now loss, it won't be bad because it's not for Leipzig.
These guys are in the UCL for a reason. They qualified to be the UCL. They qualified for the next round. They beat Real Madrid in the group stage to qualify. So even if you concede a goal or two against them, it's not the end of the world. They're not selling yam or popcorn in the stadium. They came to win the game and score. The question is, how do we play and how do we make sure that we are competitive so we can carry the game to the second leg? That's going to be the key. So we need to have that at the back of our minds. Like, look, guys don't just show up at the stadium and sell popcorn. They show up to score goals. You know?
Yeah, cool. So what's your score prediction, Karl? Most of the pundits say Leipzig will beat City 3-1, 2-1, 4-1. They say Leipzig are in very good form and they will rip that City defense apart. Yeah,
the problem with all these rebels, they don't know what they're talking about because if you look at Leipzig playing against their peers, they never won a game yet. Leipzig played Bayern Munich 1-1 at home. They played Union Berlin, got beat. Anytime they play their rivals, they struggle. When they play Schalke and all these guys, Wolfsburg, who are at the bottom of the table, they win, they beat them. So if you think that they're going to beat, 3-1, 5-3 against the champions of England, they don't know, the rivals don't know what they're talking about. They're just trolling for the sake of trolling. There's no analysis there, no sensible analysis there at all. That's my own.
Let me just read this. We can't concede. I'll have Alan having a meltdown. Okay, that Dragonfly says that's what I mean. Both teams are very offensive and aggressive. There will be a lot of goals, and that isn't necessarily good for City.
I think it's perfect.
It might be good. Looking at Haaland, who scored against the Leipzig, it might actually be good. Can we support Eddie and stop this? He is crap stuff. Let's support our lads. 2-0 City says Twisted. So what is your prediction, Karl?
I think it's going to be 4-2
from RB Leipzig.
It's going to be 4-2.
4-2 game.
Yeah.
Okay, grand. Yeah, I am going for a 3-2. I think it's going to be a narrow win by City. Haaland will score all three. I think it's going to be a narrow win. Guys, that's the preview of Leipzig versus Man City, guys. Guys, in the comments, if you're watching this later, please, I know everybody wants Alvarez to play. Do you work well without control of the game? Do City work well without control of the game? No, I have seen City go toe to toe with teams and actually beat them. City sometimes like such teams like Leipzig who play high line and who play open.
Well,
Trust me.
but Pat,
And I
think about
agree.
this, right?
3-2 for City. 2-2, and we finish them at the 80 We have 2 bites at the cherry. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I am also going for 3-2. Go ahead, Karl.
I mean, think about this, right? We talk about the teams that we struggle with at Everton, Southampton, Forest. What do they all do? They all park the bus.
Pack the bus.
Teams that open up, Liverpool,
Leipzig doesn't pack the bus.
United, all these guys, we batter them or we beat them.
Arsenal
away, right? 36% possession, 3-1. That's what we have to do. They will give you, Leipzig gives you space. They don't park the bus. They will give you space. They like to play on the front foot, which means that there's going to be space, which is why De Bruyne in transition is the player that's going to be key in this game. It's going to be key in this game.
Yeah.
Which is why I was surprised that
if he has his best game, it's going to be great.
Yeah. So, anyways,
okay. Guys, that's the preview, guys. See you on the pitch points. We're gonna do the UCL general preview. So go to pitch points. That's pitch points. I can just show you here.
We'll be there in like 5 minutes. We'll talk more about this. We'll continue the discussion. Patrick, have the
that's pitch points, guys. Right. Search pitch points. You'll be able to find the channel on YouTube, and that's where we're gonna do the general UCL. There's Liverpool versus Madrid. There's Inter playing. There's Man City versus Leipzig. And a few other games we're going to preview. So catch us on pitch points, guys. But thank you very much, guys, for being with us tonight. We appreciate this. Let me just read one more here. Leipzig 3, City 4. Yeah, that sounds about it. I will be there. Big up to you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you for supporting the channel. Guys, your support for the channel is helping us to continue coming here. Like the video on your way out. Like the video. If you're watching this later, guys, enjoy the show. Thank you very much. Peace.